how to select the best credit card. Which credit card is the best in 2020 or in 2021 or in 2022? What is the best credit card in Malaysia? Which bank credit card is the best? And what are the myths out there when it comes to choosing the best credit card for yourself? Hi, I am CF Liu. This credit card that I have will enable me to buy a Honda City or even a Perodua Arus in cash. And the bank will pay me about 300 to 400 back as a cash rebate. And I'm also going to tell you how to make 5% guarantee return from your credit card every single month consistently. Now, the credit card that I have over here is by Citi, and the other one that I have from Standard Chartered will actually give me a 6 figures credit line, just these two credit cards alone, without actually counting in what I'm showing you over here. By the end of this video, I want to tell you why it is important for you to at least have a 6 figures of credit card limit or credit line. And this video is also going to destroy the myth and tell you the exact truth that you have probably never heard before when it comes to credit cards. Likely, if you're watching this would be your first time, you're a virgin when it comes to choosing the best credit card for yourself. And I have to tell you that the best credit card for you at this point of time, if you are a virgin, is to choose the bank where you have your longest savings account. Now, not only that, that bank account or savings account or current account should be the bank account that where you have the largest amount of money inside. And on top of that, it should be your main bank account where your business or your salary income actually gets banked into that account every single month. The reason is very simple. You establish credibility with the bank by having a long-standing bank account that can have a record of you having an income in and maybe expenses out. Because, let's put it that way, it is based on what I call as familiarity rule. And we tend to trust, right, people that we know, or rather than a stranger. It's the same with banks, right? Just imagine bank like a stranger. You are not an existing customer of the bank, and then you think of suddenly going to apply for a credit card from a bank where they don't have like transparency. You don't know about how much money you have, whether you even have any money at all, or whether you are in debt. Now, sure, they can actually go and if you apply credit card with any bank, you are authorizing any bank to actually check your CTOS report, your credit history. But that is only one part of the equation. They have no visibility on how much money or what are the assets that you have, right? The same analogy when you go for you want to go for online dating, right? You use an app like Tinder, and then you just swipe left or swipe right, and just based on looks alone, but you wouldn't know this guy or this girl is someone that is like crazy or not, right? Like Harley Quinn or something like that, right? Or even the Joker. But it's different if whoever you happen to see in Tinder, and then you show it to your friend, and it happens that that is a mutual friend of your friend, which means that your friend, your girlfriends, if you see a guy, at least he's not a nerd, he's not a weirdo, and then your friend actually knows this guy, maybe it's your brother's best friend, he's a brother best friend or something like that. So it's the same concept, right? Now, when it comes to choosing the best credit card for yourself, especially your first credit card, it's not for you to choose which bank or which credit card for yourself. It's rather for the bank to choose you. You have to prove that you have that kind of capability to repay what the credit line that you use on your credit card, right? On time, and whether you are someone of a credible customer or not. Banks choose you. Remember, it's not you who choose the bank. If you are, especially if this is your first credit card, then basically you have zero credit rating when you're just starting out. You don't have car loan, you don't have mortgage loan, you don't have personal loan. Credit card is probably the first kind of credit that you're going to apply from the bank. So beggars cannot be choosers. It's as simple as that. Now, point number 2. The best credit card for you is also the credit card that meets your income requirement. Now, again, beggars can't be choosers, especially if you are earning like 2,500 less a month or 30,000 a year. Yeah, that would be like the minimum income requirement to actually get your credit card approved. Now, the credit card that you first get because of your low income, it might not be the best, but at least it allows you to build up your credit history, and that is very important, especially if you have none. The start is always the hardest. So just be happy when you have your first credit card, because that allows you to bring it to actually build up your credit history. Doesn't really matter which bank, doesn't really what is the limit that was approved. First, it's very important that I can promise you things will actually get better from there. Now, the third point that I want to tell you is when it comes to how to choose the best credit card for yourself, is always go for the credit card which offers a cash rebate or cashback, like they pay you like every month. Now, the cash rebate or cashback, you have to really scrutinize that the kind of cashback that they give have what I call as a no strings attached, like anything goes, like no ifs and no buts, like this credit card, Quantum by Public Bank. Usually this cashback or cash rebate would normally have an upper limit, like capped at 30 ringgit or 50 ringgit per month. Now, the kind of cashback about like 2 to 5%, or anything higher than that, like 8%. It might seem to you it is the better credit card, but normally if you check the terms and condition, right? Normally they don't give you like 8% out of everything that you buy upfront. So there is a lot of terms and conditions, like ifs and the buts. For example, you need you to actually spend like a certain amount, then you can only enjoy 8%. So at this point, 2 to 5% no strings attached is pretty normal. Now, the next best thing when it comes to the percentage of cash rebate It's normally like 0.2 to 0.5%. Normally, if you get something like that, there is no upper cap, but then 0.2 and 0.5% out of everything that you spend is really nothing to shout about. Now, the worst is that, like I say, when you need to only hit a minimum spending amount, then only the kind of cashback percentage comes into place, right? So that is something I really do not recommend. Right, just look for the term and condition. I'll give you an example. Even I make that mistake as well. Now, the very minimum, even if your first credit card does not offer you a cashback, right? Because beggars can't be choosers. So you want the very minimum, at least the reward points. Every ringgit that you spend, you'll be exchangeable for 1 ringgit or more reward points. Like for example, I like to have these reward points where I could use at electrical stores like Seng Heng. Like for 500 points, you get like 1 ringgit if I were to buy something from Seng Heng. Nowadays, because my reward points from my Maybank treat points runs in the hundreds of thousands, so I literally can actually walk into Seng Heng or SenQ and buy any small appliances just like without actually paying anything. Of course, you could actually use this reward point as well. Some credit card offers you like in exchange for some voucher like the meals at McDonald's, or even grocery voucher like at your Aeon or your Tesco, right? Cashback basically because they pay you back the cashback every they calculate that at the end of the month based on what you spend, and they'll pay you back either at the end of the month or at the beginning of the month. So having your cashback today is much more valuable than accumulating your reward points, which you would only spend it like 1 or 2 years from now. So it's all about the time value of money. Money in your hand today or end of this month is worth more than money that you get in the future. So this is the exact mistake that I made, right? Sometimes the kind of credit card you think you want to get, and there's a lot of levels like basic, gold, and platinum and all that. Your higher income level sometimes does not mean that you necessarily need to get like a platinum kind of level of credit card, alright? Because for example, this Citi Cashback credit card, while it is good, now I got approved for the platinum card. For platinum card, they say 10% cashback on Grab, groceries, dining, and petrol, and 0.2% cashback on all other retail spend is applicable when you accumulate a monthly spend of 1,005 or more in a billing month or a cashback platinum card. Or if I would have just get a normal cashback, I could have get a 10% out of Grab, right, groceries or dining and petrol. If I only spend like up to 500 a month, I could get 10% already. So the platinum version needs me to spend like 1,005 a month just to get that 10%, right? If not, it's only like 0.2%. So there's some catch over here, right? Over here. So like I say, just be scrutinize this term and condition before you even before when you do the comparison. Not only when you do a comparison between different credit cards by different banks, but you also want to do a comparison internally. If you already pinpoint the credit card that you want from that particular bank, it could have a different kind of qualifying criteria for the cashback. If you go, for example, the gold card and the platinum card, right? And always it doesn't really matter. You don't have to fit your ego to always go for like the higher level platinum card. Just get the one with a lower level. Again, a lower level card does not mean that you do not have a higher credit limit. You still can get a higher so-called credit limit if your income actually supports that, right, with evidence. So ask me in my Instagram, send me a DM, what credit card that I use as a certified financial planner or advisor, or go to my favorite credit card comparison website, links in the description, check that out, and to actually use my advice. I use this advice, but more so, I cannot apply credit card on your behalf. So go to the link below and compare. Use this, pick the best credit card for you, select the best credit card for yourself for Malaysian. Now, moving on, the kind of thing that the myth that I've seen populating all over the internet when it comes to choosing or selecting the best credit card for yourself is people say you select the best credit card for yourself by a credit card that fits your lifestyle. What lifestyle are you talking about? Are you talking about like you are like a nomad, like you always travel, like business travel? Maybe, but if you're thinking like you are a tech nomad and all that, I doubt so. Especially after the age of COVID-19. No, where you want to travel, right? Even you have a travel credit card, it gets you nowhere. How about shopping, right? Really? Like if your lifestyle is based mainly revolve shopping, and that's why you want to get the credit card that gives you a lot of shopping benefits. So just be careful, don't get into a lot of this consumer debt and make friends with AKPK. But again, if you insist, I have something recommendation for you. Get the Citi Lazada card if you are someone that likes to go to Lazada, and also the Maybank Shopee card if you like to actually spend a lot of time at Shopee, or even the Public Bank Petrol card that would suit you if you actually travel a lot. So what you really need to use your credit card for, instead of fitting your lifestyle, is that use your credit card as a method of payment for your usual monthly spend. Even if you don't travel, you don't go shopping a lot, so your usual monthly spend, your utility bills, your phone bills, and insurance payment, right? So use your credit card to actually pay for that. And if it also offers you like cashback based on this payment, then that would be great. Like for me, my Amex Maybank credit card, over here, how I actually use it is that because this Maybank Amex credit card offers 5% on everything, cash rebate on everything except government payment or utility or insurance payment, only on weekends. Right, only for on weekend. So basically, you can actually use that for your petrol or grocery shopping on weekend. But for me, I make it a point to pay for my business advertising spend. Right, like I spend like 1,000 just to make sure the transaction actually goes through on weekend. So easy peasy. I spend 1,000 and I get 50 ringgit back from Maybank. So 5% out of 1,000 is 50 ringgit, which is as high as good and as high as you can get. Then the other time, whenever I want to spend a big ticket amount in like at least like 4 figure and including my advertising spend, I make sure I only transact that under my Maybank Amex credit card, charge on non-weekends. Because let's say if I charge like 3,000 on weekend, the cap on my cash rebate it is still 5%, and 5,000 because it's capped at 50 ringgit per month. So as long as I spend 1,000, 5% of 1,000 ringgit is already 50 ringgit. It's already the upper cap. So instead of spending like 3,000 on weekend, I will only make sure I transact 1,000 on weekend just to meet the upper cap, and then the other 2,000 I will actually swipe it on a non-weekend, which is like a weekday, right? Because using the Amex card, whatever I actually spend on a weekday, it has like every 1 ringgit spent have a 5x multiplier reward point, which is equal to, again, like what I mentioned, cash in Seng Heng or Senq when I do really need to go shopping at Seng Heng or Senq for any electrical appliances. But the thing is, but the thing about this Amex Maybank credit card is that you don't get both, right? The cash rebate on Saturday or Sunday, or the 5x point multiplier on a weekday, you don't get both for this card. You either get either this or that. Go to the link below again to compare and get the best credit card for yourself, or even to see whether the credit card you already have is lagging in terms of benefit, so you can get a better one for yourself. If you have not really looked at that for a couple of years, then likely your credit card probably wouldn't be the best one in the market right now. So for convenience, go to the link below, just check out that. And again, all these are actually low-hanging fruits, right? There is like, again, 4 figures of free money a year just for you. Easy peasy for you to cover for your 25 ringgit a year of, the government service fee, or even if your credit card have an annual fee, imagine if you get like 100 ringgit or even 50 ringgit of cashback every month, and multiplied by 12, that is easily 600, 700 or even 1,002 kind of cashback. Easy peasy, easy money, low-hanging fruit, right? And as the only independent financial advisor in Malaysia with the largest following in YouTube and being engaged like top financial institutions like Maybank, RHB and PNB to conduct investment workshop, you know that what I'm going to tell you over here comes from a practical, in the trenches experience, and not rehashing, copying some Google contents like what other finance YouTubers are actually doing out there. And yes, this credit card, this Citi credit card cashback that I told you earlier that I use for my business, I could actually buy this in cash, Honda Citi 70 over 1,000, right? And then I top up a few hundreds, right? And then I got like 0.5 out of everything that I spent, and the bank will actually pay me 360 or 400 ringgit. And you have basically 20 days of interest-free period. Else, if I don't pay that off in 20 days, banks will be laughing, literally laughing all the way to the bank, because they're going to charge me 18% interest on my outstanding payment for a Honda Citi. Now it's crazy, right? Compared to if I were to just take a higher purchase loan, and it's probably going to cost me like 5% of interest a year for a higher purchase or a car loan. The second myth that I want to talk to you about is thinking the best credit card are the ones with no annual fee. Now that is really not the way to think about it. Do not be cent wise but ringgit foolish. The orang putih cakap, do not be penny wise, pound foolish, right? Even 100 a year of an annual fee, in my opinion, is not a big deal if you can maximize 30, 40, 50 ringgit of your cashback from your credit card every single month, versus something that does not give you a cashback, only give you like a reward point, but it comes with a 0 annual fee. So I would rather take up the one that gives me very good cashback, but it comes with an annual fee. Now, of course, the best one is without an annual fee plus a 2, 3, 4, 5% kind of cashback with no strings attached. And this annual fee, honestly, you can always waive it if you actually use your credit card enough. For example, some annual fee are automatically waived when you swipe more than 12 or 20 transactions in a year, or certain spend, like 1,000 or 5,000, which is again easy peasy if you're going to pay for your normal monthly expenses, utility, phone bill, and also insurance payment. So whack on the like button and wallop the subscribe and the notification bell if you like what I've shared so far. It really does help the channel out a lot. Now, the third myth that I want to talk to you about is thinking the best credit card are the ones that give you like a sign-up bonus. Now, this kind of sign-up bonus is good to have, but don't sacrifice the best credit card that you deserve to get just for the sake of some sign-up bonus because you're walking down in Mid Valley or One Utama one weekend, and then you see there's a sign-up bonus of one big fat luggage bag, which, by the way, where you want to travel, there's no place you can travel in 2020, right, without the vaccine being found. Example, now when I sign up for my credit card in the past, I got like these 3 freaking big luggage bags, but cannot travel, right? So what my point is, you keep the main thing your main thing, right? Don't only look at the sign-up bonus. No, that's the wrong concept. So go to the link below to compare, and get the best credit card for yourself that offers probably the best sign-up bonus if you want. So if you insist, the links below by Ringgit Plus is also a website whereby it is always keep on updating on what are the best sign-up bonus that you can get from certain bank credit card, including something like e-wallet rewards, e-wallet credit, things like that, right? It's always updated from time to time. So go to the links below. If you're watching this, they always update that. If this is important enough for you, now I'm saying that it should not be a deal breaker. It's just not important. But if you think you disagree with me, anyway, just check out the links below to get and compare the best credit card for yourself, right? And the thing is, with that link, you have to compare every bank in one page, and you can apply online without the need to get your ass off your chair, right? The fourth myth that I really want to share with you is the credit card that offers what I call as a seasonal benefit. Now, this kind of seasonal benefit, like special benefit dining at certain restaurants, these are the things that will expire sooner or later, and it's really not worth your time chasing over it. Like I mentioned, don't plan your life around your credit card benefit. Your credit card benefit should cater to your lifestyle and how you spend your money, not the other way around. So imagine, right? Takkan you want to take your girlfriend, if you're a guy, to eat Japanese food, and your girlfriend want to eat Japanese food, and then you say no, we should go to this restaurant, Western food instead, because this KFC or Texas Chicken offers a very good cashback this weekend before it expires. Now, this sounds very ridiculous. Okay. If again you disagree and this is kind of seasonal benefit, it's important for you, go to the links below and compare and get the best credit card for yourself that gives you the best seasonal benefit lah. All in one place. What you are waiting for? Another point is, this is one perk that you want to know after choosing the best credit card for yourself. And actually, if you actually get approved for any credit card, know that most bank will offer you a 0% balance transfer upon your credit card approval, right? But you have like 30 days period before it expires. So if you have like a balance outstanding from your other credit card, right, that you want to spread it out to over a payment term of 6 months of 12 months, you can, and it's what we call 0% balance transfer. So you can use that kind of advantage. Again, it's only one time. I would say it's something like a one-time seasonal benefit, but it's that worth to know, right? They don't really advertise it upfront, but normally if you get it, you will get it when your credit card gets approved, right? So another bonus point is that if you wonder which bank credit card is the best, which bank actually offers a credit card that is widely accepted for easy payment installment. Now, I don't recommend that when you do buy a plasma TV 4000, you do like easy payment installment, but hey, who am I to dictate what you should or should not do, right? If this is really important for you, again, I don't recommend it, but if you really think it's important for you, usually I want you to actually go for bigger banks like Maybank, especially that normally these bigger banks offer like easy payment installment if you can get it approved, right? With bigger banks like Maybank or CIMB. Okay. If this is again important for you, just go to the link below to compare and get the best credit card for yourself after you listen this entire video to the end. Now, there's a bonus point that I want to share with you is that if you want to get the first credit card, the best credit card for yourself, you might want to actually start with your local bank, right? Like Citibank, OCBC, that are not local banks, that are in like overseas bank, right? Like Maybank, CIMB, Public Bank, these are the big three when it comes to local bank. Because normally when you apply for local bank, in my experience, they just need like 3 months or 1 month of your salary slip, depending on whether you work at GLC, multinational company, or you work in small, medium enterprise, right? Either like 1 or 3 months of salary slip. If you're a business owner, normally like 6 months. Versus international bank, normally they will need to see your tax filing, especially if you are doing business, right? So take advantage, again, sometimes also take advantage of some banks that will actually set up a booth. Now, this is very popular for a lot of multinational companies. Some banks will actually come in, set a booth in your cafeteria or some common area, whereby they could actually sign you up for your new credit card without you even needing to go to a bank, right? They have like a machine where you can print out your EPF statement. So your EPF statement is the absolute proof, and it's very hard to fake, right? Of proving how much you are earning, right? Sometimes you don't need the salary slip, but the EPF statement, they will actually, you have to log in, your fingerprint and all that. They might have like a machine there, right? Even in shopping mall, you can see some credit card booth, they have like EPF statement to prove as a proof of income to print out your EPF, of course, with your authorization as well. The advantage of that, because normally when they do that, your approval rates are actually higher rather than if you were to approach a bank directly and apply online and all that. So again, if you don't have that kind of benefit, go get to the link in the description below to shortlist some of the local banks that you might want to start with when it comes to getting the first credit card, which you think is the best for yourself. So the other story that I want to share with you is about why, as I promised, I have like a multi six-figure kind of credit card limits combined from all my credit cards. Very simple, right? As a financial advisor, I have seen my peers, who is also a financial advisor, that actually in an emergency situation ask my help to pay for a parent's medical bill because his medical card, his credit card is actually maxed out already, and the ATM machine, probably don't have that much of cash inside the ATM inside his bank account. So in this emergency situation like that, when someone is like a family member is admitted to hospital and you don't have that much cash in your bank account, and coincidentally your credit card limit are maxed out, and at the same time, even with a medical card or no medical card, the GL cannot be issued. So if you have a high limit credit card, means that you can save a family member or even someone that you know. Instead, of being saved by others, at the mercy of others. Imagine, like my friend over here, he has to actually seek for help, where it's always be the one who is able to help rather than to seek help from others. And having a multi six-figure credit card limit is one of the way to cater for contingency situation like that, right? Basically, if your credit card limits are maxed out and the hospital admission needs you to pay a hefty sum as a deposit or one or medical bill before you can get discharged or even before you can be admitted, you need to seek out someone with a high credit card limit to actually help you. And how hard is that, right? So always, and this is a lot of what a lot of people, even high income clients or individuals that I see miss out, is that as your income level, as your earning power increases, do not forget to always upgrade your credit card limit when you can. And this is the exact reason why I have a multi six-figure credit card limits, like what I mentioned at the beginning of this video. Now, I disagree to say that credit card is bad, right? Because credit card is just like a knife. A knife is only dangerous if it's in the wrong hands, right? It's dangerous for credit card when you use it and you cannot control it and you get into like a serious kind of consumer debt. If it's stupid, again, if you use your credit card and you don't pay off the balance and you just let banks charge you 18% a year, like that is just stupid, because it's just like you are using a knife to actually hammer a nail instead of using a hammer to actually hammer a nail. So be smart, use credit card as only a method of payment, like your grocery, fuel, insurance payment, right? So use it like a credit card, like how a chef will use the knife to prepare 3-star Michelin stars kind of dishes, right? Versus a debit card, right? A debit card actually is more dangerous than what you think, because if there's a fraud, if someone use your debit card, basically your money are gone from your bank account, right? You cannot recover it. But for a credit card, imagine if there's a fraud, someone actually swipe your credit card without your knowledge, without your authorization, you can actually dispute the charges. And I've gone through this situation quite a few times. You can dispute the charges. You say, I'm not the one who made these charges. Someone made these charges in USA. I never traveled to USA. And the thing is, you don't need to pay for that, and then your card will be cancelled. They'll send you a new one, right? But for a debit card, can you imagine if someone use your debit card and for some reason able to actually swipe and use the balance in your bank account? Basically, it is almost irrecoverable. So using a credit card is actually safer than using a debit card, right? So having, again, a high limit credit card will actually help you if you lose your job, or you are hit by you or your family member are hit by a huge medical bill, or sudden big financial needs wouldn't actually kill you. And last thing is, if your credit card has been rejected and you don't know why, you want to resolve this, comments below. I read and respond to every comment, and I will direct you to an A to Z guide of how to turn your credit card rejection to being approved in no time. There's no guarantee, but there are certain ways you might be missing, including an appeal that could actually turn this rejection to approval. Also, check out some of the other lessons that we have in this channel, CFU channel. A long list of lessons like the best savings account in Malaysia, the best dividend investing strategy, and for newbies and veterans alike.